The date is December 11th, 1941. Hitler's hands shake as he grips the podium in the Reichstag. 4 days ago, Pearl Harbor burned. Now, against every strategic instinct screaming in his mind, he is about to declare war on the most industrially powerful nation on earth. His generals had warned him. His economists had shown him the numbers. America produces more steel in a single year than Germany, Italy, and Japan combined. But Hitler believes in willpower over mathematics, in destiny over statistics. He has no idea he's about to learn why that's a fatal mistake. The Führer's voice echoes through the chamber. We will never capitulate, no matter how overwhelming the enemy forces arrayed against us. The Nazi elite applaud. Outside, German U-boats are already hunting American merchant ships. But in Detroit, something unprecedented is happening. At the River Rouge plant, Henry Ford's assembly lines are retooling. Not for cars, for bombers. The machinery that once produced a Model T every 24 seconds is being reconfigured to build B-24 Liberators, one every hour, around the clock. This isn't just industrial conversion. This is industrial transformation on a scale that defies human comprehension. December 1941. America enters the war with an army ranking 18th in the world, smaller than Belgium's. Roosevelt has promised to build 60,000 aircraft annually. German intelligence laughs at the absurd figure. Their analysts calculate it's mathematically impossible. They're about to discover they've fundamentally misunderstood what America actually is. The first sign comes 6 months later. Lieutenant Commander Otto Kretschmer, Germany's most successful U-boat ace, surfaces his submarine off the American coast. What he sees through his periscope defies belief. Ships, hundreds of them. Liberty ships rolling off American assembly lines faster than Germany can sink them. Kretschmer radios Berlin. They're building ships like automobiles. He's more accurate than he realizes. Henry Kaiser, a construction magnate who'd never built a ship in his life, has revolutionized naval production. His shipyards in Richmond, California, are using prefabricated sections, just like car manufacturing. A process that once took 18 months now takes 18 days. The Robert E. Peary, a 10,500-ton Liberty ship, is built in 4 days, 15 hours, and 26 minutes. German Naval Command refuses to believe the reports. But the evidence keeps mounting. American factories aren't just retooling, they're multiplying. General Motors converts its automobile plants to produce aircraft engines. Chrysler builds tanks. A toy company starts manufacturing compasses. A zipper manufacturer produces ammunition. The scale is incomprehensible to European minds. By 1943, American aircraft production reaches its stride. Willow Run, Ford's massive bomber plant in Michigan, stretches over a mile long. Workers call it the arsenal of democracy. Every hour, a completed B-24 Liberator rolls off the line. Not every day, every hour. The plant produces one bomber for every hour of every day for 3 straight years. German General Heinz Guderian visits the Eastern Front in early 1943. What he observes in Soviet hands stops him cold. Sherman tanks, thousands of them, all American-built, all fresh from Detroit assembly lines. The Soviets are fielding more American armour than Germany produces total vehicles. But it's not just quantity, it's the logistics that reveal America's true nature. Every Sherman tank arrives in Russia with spare parts, ammunition and fuel. American ships deliver not just weapons, but entire supply chains, prefabricated hospitals, mobile repair stations, even ice cream machines for forward bases. The Germans begin to understand they're not fighting a country. They're fighting an entire industrial civilization that treats warfare like mass production. The revelation hits Admiral Karl Dönitz hardest. His U-boat warfare strategy depends on sinking Allied ships faster than they can be replaced. Basic math. For 2 years, it works. German submarines destroy merchant vessels at an unsustainable rate. Then American shipbuilding hits its peak. In 1943, American shipyards launch 8 million tons of new shipping in a single year. The entire German Navy, submarines, battleships, destroyers, everything, weighs less than 1 million tons total. Dönitz stares at the intelligence reports in his headquarters. His staff has calculated that America is building ships 13 times faster than Germany can sink them. Not ships, entire fleets. How is this possible? He asks his aide. The answer reveals America's secret weapon: standardization. While German engineers obsess over perfecting individual designs, Americans perfect the art of making millions of identical things quickly. The Liberty ship program uses the same blueprint, the same parts, the same assembly process across dozens of shipyards. American workers, many of whom have never seen the ocean, are building ocean-going vessels using automotive assembly techniques learned in Detroit. Women who assembled radios last year are now welding ship hulls. The learning curve is eliminated through sheer systematic efficiency. By late 1943, German commanders are receiving impossible reports from every front. In Italy, American forces advance with unlimited ammunition, fresh equipment, and air support so overwhelming that German planes rarely reach the battlefield. In the Pacific, the Japanese report that American naval construction has produced more aircraft carriers in 2 years than Japan built in 20. On the Eastern Front, Soviet artillery barrages use American shells manufactured in quantities that exceed Germany's total annual steel production. The numbers become absurd, criminal, almost insulting. American factories produced 300,000 aircraft during the war. Germany manages 120,000. But the real horror lies in the details. America builds 88,000 tanks, 257,000 artillery pieces, 2.4 million trucks, and 2,600 ships. Each American infantry division receives more trucks than the entire German army possesses. General Heinz Guderian requests a meeting with Hitler in late 1943. The Eastern Front is collapsing, not from superior Soviet tactics, but from American industrial output funneled through Lend-Lease. Mein Führer, Guderian explains, the Soviets are receiving 400 American tanks weekly. We produce 400 tanks monthly. Hitler slams his fist on the map table. Impossible. American workers are soft, decadent. But Guderian has studied the intelligence reports. American factory workers are producing weapons 18 hours daily. Women work alongside men. Assembly lines operate continuously, with workers sleeping in shifts within the factories themselves. The soft Americans are outworking the supposedly superior Aryan workforce by factors that embarrass German industrial planners. The final revelation comes with D-Day, June 6, 1944. German coastal observers watch the largest seaborne invasion in human history unfold. 5,000 Allied ships stretch beyond the horizon. The logistics alone represent American industrial capacity that reduces German manufacturing to cottage industry levels. Each American landing craft carries pre-planned supplies calculated months in advance. Fuel, ammunition, medical supplies, spare parts, and replacement equipment flow ashore through artificial harbours built in British shipyards, then towed across the English Channel. German defenders fight with ammunition they've hoarded for months. American attackers fire artillery shells manufactured the previous week in Pennsylvania. Field Marshal Erwin Rommel surveys the Normandy beaches through his binoculars. The American material advantage isn't just numerical, it's civilizational. These aren't soldiers using superior tactics. These are industrial workers armed with the output of the world's most productive economy. "We're not fighting the American army," Rommel tells his staff. "We're fighting American factories." The realization spreads through German high command like infection. America hasn't simply converted to wartime production. America has revealed what it actually was all along, a continent-sized manufacturing system disguised as a country. Detroit's automotive assembly lines were just practice for building the largest military-industrial complex in human history. Hitler, in his final bunker conferences, rants about secret weapons and miracle technologies. His remaining generals exchange knowing glances. There are no secret weapons capable of matching American production capacity. Germany produces 25,000 aircraft in 1944, their highest annual total. America produces 96,000 that same year. German factories stretch every resource to build tanks. American factories build tanks and simultaneously supply Britain, the Soviet Union, and every allied nation with equipment surpluses. The war's outcome was determined not in battlefield tactics, but in American boardrooms where executives calculated production targets that exceeded Germany's wildest optimistic estimates. By war's end, German prisoners of war work in American factories that dwarf anything they'd seen in the fatherland. A single Ford plant employs more workers than live in many German cities. These prisoners witness American civilians driving automobiles while producing aircraft carriers as routine industrial output. They return home with stories German civilians refuse to believe. The moment Germany realized America was built different wasn't a single revelation. It was a 3-year education in industrial capacity so overwhelming that German strategic thinking never recovered. They'd prepared to fight a war. America had prepared to manufacture a victory. The final German analysis, captured in Wehrmacht documents. American industrial production operates beyond European comprehension. They have transformed warfare from military art into mass production science. America didn't win through superior generalship or advanced technology. America won because democracy plus capitalism plus continental resources equals industrial output that totalitarian efficiency cannot match. The Third Reich discovered too late that America wasn't just another country. It was an entire economic system mobilized for war, and that system could build victory faster than Germany could build hope.